I'm going to start a new series called Firing. So it is based on the events which has happened in the past where companies have been brutally, very brutal, and it is like a massacre. Okay, so I will start with that. But before that, um, I would like to understand from you. Uh, I have covered so far about, let's say, everything in IT, that is financial report about companies reviews, feedback, your career, skills, jobs, how to find jobs through naukri.com, and also skills, what are the risks at what stage, how your salary grows in the companies. So I think I have covered pretty much everything in just short time span of, let's say, 3 months. And I would like to believe that this channel, and you can correct me please, this channel should be the most comprehensive IT channel in the YouTube world, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm sure going forward we will have lot more discussions in IT where we explore every company, we talk about the skills again and the career progressions of people and many more such things. And when I start talking about, let's say, negative things about some company, the cost is huge for me. I personally uh, lose a prospective employer because at senior level there are about, I think, 10-20 companies which has the potential to hire a resource like me. And when I talk something negative about these companies, most likely they are never going to hire me. And by any chance, if they are not sure or if they have not seen these videos, if they hire me, soon they will discover it. So I cannot take the risk of joining these companies. So at personal cost, I'm coming up with these discussions for your benefit. I hope this gives you the confidence and one more reason to join this channel if not yet. So I am going to talk about this company called TechM, and the idea came up to me because I remember in 2017-18 this incident happened in the company history where they fired their employee on phone and without a notice period, let's say even a 1 day notice period. This led to a lot of negativity for company and against the company, and the Tech Mahindra boss or Tech Mahindra group chairman Mr. Anand Mahindra himself had to apologize for that. Not only him, but I think CP Gurnani, the CEO of TechM, also apologized for this incident. So first, let's listen in what happened there, and we talk of what happened after that. Okay, because when things happen at one particular moment, we also have to track how this leads to further events in the company. So let's listen in.
Anand Mahindra has apologized over the manner in which an employee of Tech Mahindra was asked to quit. The company's top brass also apologized after an audio clip went viral, which apparently involved a conversation of a human resources executive of the company asking an employee to put in their papers by the next morning. Let's just listen in to that audio clip that went viral.
Cost optimization is happening with the company, so your name is part of that list. If you can put on the papers, we'll be treating it as a normal exit with 15th June as the last working day. If not, we'll be sending you a termination letter, and don't expect any other benefits from the company, including your experience letters, nor the basic salary of the answer notice period.
See, madam, see, at least you should give me at least in this week, no, I can consider and I will put the exit. But unfortunately,
We cannot give that much time. That is the reason only we are calling up the associates and we are communicating the information.
Did you hear that? did you believe company HR called on to an employee and they fired him overnight, and the employee himself was saying that he has never been on bench in last 1 year, which is typically a criteria for many of these companies to fire employees. For, let's say, if somebody is on bench for more than 3 months, 6 months, they tend to take these actions. But in this case, it is clearly evident that this has not happened and not followed. So what happened after that? Mr. Anand Mahindra apologized, as I said, and also CP Gurnani. So let me show you their tweets. And as you can see, Mr. Anand Mahindra is apologizing and ensuring all of us that this should not have happened and will not happen in the future. But what happened after that? Let's see, because actions matter most. As soon as this audio came out and became viral, the HR who was working in the company, her LinkedIn profile was removed immediately. Okay, and we did not hear if that employee was taken back, because he was not the only one. There were about many people who were supposed to go that way. So it is not that apologizing caused them to reflect on their actions and they took their decision back. That did not happen. That is one more lesson. And I'm pretty sure that HR, she did not only lose her LinkedIn account, but she also lost her job soon after that. Pretty sure. You can check her LinkedIn profile maybe, but I'm not sure. Maybe I could be wrong, but I tend to believe that. And if I come back again to see, it might be a strange incident. Could be, one of case where, things were not moving good for company and they took that decision. But let us see and know more about the company. And when we talk about the company is a sizable company of over 1 lakh employees, and it is one of the largest, I think 5-6 largest IT companies in India. Therefore, anything happening in this company has a wider repercussions for the industry and employees. So let us look at the company detail. Out of 1 lakh employees, I think they hire about 5-10,000 freshers every year from college age. So if you are a fresher, be mindful of that. Your first 6 months will go in your trainings and subsequently allocation of projects, and their biggest vertical is telecom vertical. At one moment of time, they had Ericsson as their client, they had Nokia as their client, they had I think BT as client, AT&T, and possibly Verizon and many more other companies. And remember, telecom is a capital intensive sector. Therefore, this has been going through a difficult transition phase, and there are not enough opportunities within the telecom, and there are cost cutting happening in the companies everywhere in the telecom sector. Other than that, I think there are other sectors like BFSI, retail, travel, tour, auto. They have presence in everywhere, but the impression which you will find within the telecom sector is immense for the company. So let's talk about employees now. If I talk about the possibilities for employee in the company, is they have had, I think, at least 2 or 3 instances where they postponed or suspended their increment cycle in that particular year. They first postponed their increment cycle by 3 months, and then they again postponed that by 3 months. So ideally, the people who were expecting their increments in April, they got it somewhere by the end of, let's say, year, somewhere in December or quarter or something like that. So you lose on every postponement or suspension. And if you are the lucky one, you did not face the postponement, or maybe even after postponement, you are likely to get 2 to 4% of salary hike in the company. that speaks a lot about that. And that too, if you are a fresher, maybe after 2-3 years. Okay, just be mindful of that. In terms of learning, I always say that it is your own prerogative, your own effort, and it should be like that. However, some companies do push you around in your learning curve, but Tech Mahindra is not known to do so. Though they are trying to upskill their resources, but the basic DNA of the company is not on upskilling, but rather they want to have on demand based hiring, or let's say demand based hiring. Company's growth, as I have already said, to not company's growth, your growth in the company, 2 to 4% salary hike after 2 years. I think that is good enough to tell you about the growth. And about 5-7 years ago, the company used to pay you about 40,000 when you complete 5 years in the company, and if you complete 10 years in the company, I think it was 80,000 or 1 lakh rupees as a reward. That has been withdrawn. Okay. So company environment, if you talk about that, it is lethargic and very passive environment. If you talk to the employee and nobody wants to open up, but I have worked closely with these resources, they tell us it is not a great place for any employee to be in, because you want your employees, your peers to be very active, dynamic, so that you get that energy, and you also start pouring in more energy. But you start complementing each other. But if the company environment is not such that, and also you fear for your these small things, 2 to 4% of increment and instability, that hurts your long-term prospects. So this is all about company. And if you ask me about one advice to all of you, or whoever is working with the company or planning to join the company, the advice is, do you have an option? If not, then please go ahead. Thank you.